Hey everyone, kia ora te whānau. So this here is episode 10 on tips and tricks for those people going to the Australian Grand Prix for the first time. And this episode here is going to be about, I think, something that's pretty important, and that's the weather. Hi, my name is Lauren. I have been to 3 Grand Prix so far, 2 in Australia, 1 in Singapore, and I will be at the Australian Grand Prix this time next week. And I also will be at the Singapore Grand Prix later this year as well. I still cannot believe that it is like literally a week today until the Australian Grand Prix starts. Eek! I am just like literally so excited right now. And the thing is I still actually have not packed my bags. But obviously I have been seeing over the last couple of days over chat groups and also WhatsApp and Facebook and things like that, people discussing the weather. And to be honest, it's great to actually look and maybe plan that far ahead for what could actually potentially happen. But Melbourne seems to love 4 seasons in one day. So can you actually rely on a forecast a week from today with Melbourne? Probably not. Honestly, I would just continue to check websites like, say, Bureau of Meteorology or other weather apps or websites out there over the next few days and just continue to look at options or plans, especially when it comes to packing and things like that, especially if you are traveling in from interstate. But my biggest tip I can take, especially from going to Singapore last year, and I planned for the absolute worst because Singapore in 2022 was an absolute mudfest. Plan for the worst. Plan for any situation that might be out there, if it's going to be freezing cold or boiling hot, or if it's going to be pouring down with rain. The one recommendation I can give you is gumboots in some situations, particularly around the M lane area, are very advisable, purely and simply because it does get quite muddy up there. And if you want to go to, say, a concert or the fan forum shows, whatever it might be, it does get quite muddy up there. So it is actually advisable in some situations to maybe look at other footwear. Or we could actually have a complete situation where it was like 2022, where it was the most beautiful, fine Grand Prix weekend to go to. It was sunny, it was not too hot, it was not too cold. We just really don't know. I think the best thing you can do is really just check the weather apps over the next couple of days. And the closer we get is probably the more accurate that forecast is going to be. Like I said, Melbourne loves to seem to have 4 seasons in one day. Planning ahead and maybe packing for every situation is probably the best option I can give you. But also, make sure you have an exit strategy, because if the weather turns south and south quickly, aka a thunderstorm, I love those, you may need to leave quickly, or you may need to find shelter quickly as well. Unless you actually have a hospitality or a premium grandstand ticket, shelter is quite limited around the track. So that's why I'm saying exit strategy is probably the best option in the case of a thunderstorm. But let's just hope it doesn't happen. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a hot topic. What is the weather going to be like come Grand Prix time? I would say probably 3 days out is probably the best option you can give yourself to actually check the weather apps, and that will probably give you the most accurate kind of weather options that will be available. Of course, rain does actually love to throw in a couple of exciting races out there, although last year's race was pretty hectic though, and that was sunny. So yeah, I think planning for the worst is probably the best option you can take, so then you actually do have decisions you can actually make by making sure that you can prepare for every situation that can unfold. All right, peace out, guys.